but to her neighbors. She's Kings Lake Karen, being anything but gentle towards a mom and her kids on a walk Saturday afternoon.
Welcome to Watch Mojo. And today we're looking at times teacher Karen's faced justice.
The teacher no longer works for the district, and quote, "We want to reiterate that this conversation does not align with our core beliefs."
For this list, we'll be looking at the entitled grim and terrible behavior of educators at schools that brought the cold hand of justice down upon them. Who's the worst teacher you've ever had? Let us know below. Mocking teacher. Giving people nicknames is meant to be fun, but some people use them for evil, like Victor Lopez allegedly did to his students at a Boca Raton community school in Palm Beach County, Florida.
School has many benefits. It should not be an intimidating place for anybody.
The math teacher, who was only in the role for about a year, gave out harsh names to students like Four Eyes, Oompa Loompa, and Beavis. When asked about it, Lopez said the only thing that should be questioned is his sarcasm.
Lopez said in part, what should be questioned is his sarcasm, and that he was trying to have fun with the students while promoting a learning environment.
He was also accused of putting students in chokeholds, flicking them, hitting them with sticks or rulers, and pushing them. Instead of preventing students from harassing each other, Lopez was the one perpetrating it.
I don't think any child should ever be touched. Even in a joking manner, it definitely crosses a line.
Fortunately for the pupils, the teacher lost his job in September 2022. Grocery racism. Teachers are meant to be a paragon of virtue, helping to correctly mold the minds of the young. But one unidentified educator from Audi International School in Houston, Texas, strayed far away from this virtuous image. In February 2019, Mai Muhammad was standing outside a Kroger when the mystery woman came up and verbally abused her. Muhammad then went to her car, got her phone, returned to the scene, and recorded the tirade.
I will put it on social media. I'll put it on social media. Oh, God bless you.
The woman can be heard swearing and telling Muhammad to go back to her country. After Muhammad put the video on Facebook, it drew a lot of attention, which forced the school to fire the lady for her dreadful behavior.
You hear what she said? You hear what she said? What she said? Me?
Call your Karen. One would expect people who work with special needs children to be patient, kind, and honorable. Yet that was not the case for Patricia Schmidt, who worked as an exceptional student education specialist in Collier County, Florida.
An ESD specialist should be very sensitive and caring and loving towards all their children.
In August 2021, while driving, she spotted a woman walking with her children on the sidewalk near a private neighborhood, but still on public property. Well, this proved to be too much for Schmidt. She honked her horn, wound down her window, and yelled ableist and racial slurs at the stunned family.
You and your kids. Those.
Wow.
When footage of the vile incident came out, Schmidt was placed on leave and then fired by the Collier County School District.
We're also going to be calling for the revocation of her teaching certificate through the Florida Department of Education. She doesn't need to be around children, period.
Animal mistreatments. The Cottesmore Hunt is a centuries-old project in the UK that has drawn a lot of controversy over the years. Essentially, it involves people on horses hunting foxes.
Hunting is still causing conflict. Even though hunters say what they're doing has changed, animal activists don't believe them.
When a group of protesters were recording the event in England, they witnessed one person strike her horse as she was getting it into a trailer. The grim incident quickly sparked outrage. It was discovered that the lady was Sarah Moulds, a school teacher in Leicestershire. Due to her terrible actions, Moulds was fired from her job, banned from the hunting group, and dropped by her pony club. Then, she was prosecuted by the authorities on charges of animal cruelty, which she pled not guilty to. Prayer interrupted. In December 2022, two Muslim students only wanted peace and quiet as they took part in prayer at the Franklin Academy in Pembroke Pines, Florida.
The video starts with tranquil music and two boys reciting an Islamic prayer.
But in the middle of it, a teacher walked into the room and was incredibly disrespectful. After calling the prayer magic, she then blows a whistle to disrupt the event.
What we expect to happen in schools is for our students to have full support in their activities.
She claimed that since she believes in Jesus, that means she has every right to interrupt them. To make it worse, if that's somehow possible, the teacher kicks the boys' hands as she steps over them and onto their mats. After the video went viral on TikTok and reached the media, the unidentified teacher was quickly fired by the school for her grim behavior.
The name of that teacher has not been released, but she lost her job.
Superior teacher. It's pretty handy when someone plainly states that they're racist, so you know to shun them from society. And one teacher at Bowles Middle School in Pflugerville, Texas, did just that. In November 2022, the unidentified white male teacher was recorded saying to the racially diverse classroom of students that he thought his race was superior. Yikes. When students called him out, the teacher reiterated his bigoted views as though he was talking about his favorite football team. It was bizarre.
He said that we should respect him more because he was honest, but I was just like, I don't see it that way.
Several students responded that they lost all respect from him at that moment. Unsurprisingly, he was fired by the district with little fanfare.
He has since been fired, but the damage has been done. The children have already been exposed to the ugliness.
False accusation. In Hackney, England in 2020, a teacher claimed they could smell drugs on a black schoolgirl who was only identified as Child Q. This prompted the teacher to call the cops on her. When they arrived, they strip-searched Q with no other adults present.
Who was strip-searched by police at school in Hackney after teachers wrongly thought she smelt of cannabis.
The student referred to the incident as traumatic and humiliating. Of course, no substances were found during the search. This sparked days of protest in the UK against the Metropolitan Police and the educator for their poor handling of the situation.
There needs to be some sort of change within the actual policing system. And I feel like young people need to have the opportunity to learn about how they can report more incidents when they feel like they've been mistreated.
The dodgy teacher who put in the false accusation was fired from the unidentified school. Q then launched a lawsuit against the Met and the school for instigating the situation.
I will call for this data from the Metropolitan Police to make sure it was an isolated incident. Well, I'm really shocked and sad to say it's not.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Conspiracy teacher. Educators should be teaching facts, not spouting conspiracy theories at the young minds of tomorrow, particularly when they specialize in history.
I trusted her to teach him facts about history. That's her job. She's just a history teacher. And she went off on this rant like she was a preacher in a pulpit.
In November 2021, one unidentified teacher who worked at the Anacapa Middle School in Ventura, California, sided with made-up knowledge over reality. She was recorded in a classroom ranting at students that Hunter Biden possessed photos of minors and had an inappropriate relationship with his niece.
Why does that need to be said in this classroom full of children?
The teacher had also claimed Donald Trump was still president and, for good measure, threw in some anti-vax disinformation.
If you have a baby in the hospital, they're going to give it back to you if you're not vaccinated. This is a complete power control grab.
She basically ticked all the modern American conspiracy theory boxes. After the recording reached the media and created terrible publicity, the school quickly fired its fake news aficionado. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.